مرحبا، أهلا وسهلا بكم أصدقائي في part 5 of The Alchemist. So without further ado, let's read together. I'm the king of Salem, the old man had said. Why would a king be talking with a shepherd? The boy asked, awed and embarrassed. For several reasons, but let's say that the most important is that you have succeeded in discovering your destiny. The boy didn't know what a person's destiny was. It's what you have always wanted to accomplish. Everyone, when they are young, knows what their destiny is. At that point in their lives, everything is clear and everything is possible. They are not afraid to dream and to yearn for everything they would like to see happen to them in their lives. But as time passes, a mysterious force begins to convince them that it will be impossible for them to realize their destiny. None of what the old man was saying made much sense to the boy, but he wanted to know what the mysterious force was. The merchant's daughter would be impressed when he told her about that. It's a force that appears to be negative, but actually shows you how to realize your destiny. It prepares your spirit and your will, because there is one great truth on this planet: whoever you are, or whatever it is that you do, when you really want something, it's because that desire originated in the soul of the universe. It's your mission on earth. Even when all you want to do is travel or marry the daughter of a textile merchant. Yes, or even search for treasure. The soul of the world is nourished by people's happiness and also by unhappiness, envy, and jealousy. To realize one's destiny is a person's only real obligation. All things are one, and when you want something, all the universe conspires in helping you to achieve it. They were both silent for a time, observing the plaza and the townspeople. It was the old man who spoke first. Why do you tend a flock of sheep? Because I like to travel. The old man pointed to a baker standing in his shop window at one corner of the plaza. When he was a child, that man wanted to travel too, but he decided first to buy his bakery and put some money aside. When he is an old man, he's going to spend a month in Africa. He never realized that people are capable at any time in their lives of doing what they dream of. He should have decided to become a shepherd, the boy said. Well, he thought about that, the old man said, but bakers are more important people than shepherds. Bakers have homes, while shepherds sleep out in the open. Parents would rather see their children marry bakers than shepherds. The boy felt a pang in his heart, thinking about the merchant's daughter. There was surely a baker in her town. The old man continued, in the long run, what people think about shepherds and bakers becomes more important for them than their own destinies. The old man leafed through the book and fell to reading a page he came to. The boy waited and then interrupted the old man just as he himself had been interrupted. "Why are you telling me all this?" "Because you are trying to realize your destiny, and you are at the point where you're about to give it all up. And that's when you always appear on the scene?" "Not always in this way, but I always appear in one form or another. Sometimes I appear in the form of a solution or a good idea. At other times, at a crucial moment, I make it easier for things to happen. There are other things I do too, but most of the time, people don't realize I've done them." The old man related that the week before he had been forced to appear before a miner and had taken the form of a stone. The miner had abandoned everything to go mining for emeralds. For 5 years he had been working a certain river and had examined hundreds of thousands of stones looking for an emerald. The miner was about to give it all up, right at the point when, if he were to examine just one more stone, just one more, he would find his emerald. Since the miner had sacrificed everything to his destiny, the old man decided to become involved. He transformed himself into a stone that rolled up to the miner's foot. The miner, with all the anger and frustration of his 5 fruitless years, picked up the stone and threw it aside. But he had thrown it with such force that it broke the stone it fell upon, and there, embedded in the broken stone, was the most beautiful emerald in the world. People learn early in their lives what is their reason for being, said the old man with a certain bitterness. Maybe that's why they give up on it so early too, but that's the way it is. The boy reminded the old man that he had said something about hidden treasure. Treasure is uncovered by the force of flowing water, and it is buried by the same currents, said the old man. If you want to learn about your own treasure, you will have to give me 1/10 of your flock. What about 1/10 of my treasure? The old man looked disappointed. If you start out by promising what you don't even have yet, you lose your desire to work toward getting it. The boy told him that he had already promised to give 1/10 of his treasure to the gypsy. Gypsies are experts at getting people to do that, sighed the old man. In any case, it's good that you've learned that everything in life has its price. This is what the warriors of the light try to teach. The old man returned the book to the boy. Tomorrow at this same time, bring me 1/10 of your flock, and I will tell you how to find the hidden treasure. Good afternoon. And he vanished around the corner of the plaza. The boy began again to read his book, but he was no longer able to concentrate. He was tense and upset. because he knew that the old man was right. He went over to the bakery and bought a loaf of bread, thinking about whether or not he should tell the baker what the old man had said about him. Sometimes it's better to leave things as they are, he thought to himself, and decided to say nothing. If he were to say anything, the baker would spend 3 days thinking about giving it all up, even though he had gotten used to the way things were. The boy could certainly resist causing that kind of anxiety for the baker, so he began to wander through the city and found himself at the gates. There was a small building there with a window at which people bought tickets to Africa, and he knew that Egypt was in Africa. "Can I help you?" asked the man behind the window. "Maybe tomorrow," said the boy, moving away. If he sold just one of his sheep, he'd have enough to get to the other shore of the street. The idea frightened him. "Another dreamer," said the ticket seller to his assistant, watching the boy walk away. "He doesn't have enough money to travel." While standing at the ticket window, the boy had remembered his flock and decided he should go back to being a shepherd. In 2 years, he had learned everything about shepherding. He knew how to shear sheep, how to care for pregnant ewes, and how to protect the sheep from wolves. He knew all the fields and pastures of Andalusia, and he knew what was the fair price for every one of his animals. He decided to return to his friend's stable by the longest road possible. As he walked past the city's castles, he interrupted his return and climbed the stone ramp that led to the top of the wall. From there, he could see Africa in the distance. Someone had once told him that it was from there that a Moors had come to occupy all of Spain. والآن أصدقائي إلى الملخص. قال العجوز أنه ملك سالم، فرد الفتى مستغربا: ولما قد يهتم ملك لأمر راعي غنم؟ فأجابه الملك قائلا أنه مهتم لأمره لأنه نجح في اكتشاف قدره. فسأل الفتى قائلا: وما القدر؟ فكان جواب العجوز أن القدر هو ما أردت دوما تحقيقه. كلنا عندما كنا صغارا كنا نعرف ما نود تحقيقه، ولكن وبمرور الوقت نفقد ذلك بفعل قوى غامضة. قال العجوز أنه إن أحد أراد الوصول إلى شيء أو تحقيق شيء ما، كل الكون يتواطأ لتحقيق حلمه، ومن ثم واجبك الوحيد في الحياة هي أن تحقق قدرك. سأل العجوز الغلام: لماذا ترعى الغنم؟ فأجابه سانتياغو: لأنني أحب السفر. أشار العجوز إلى أحد المخابز في الساحة وقال: أترى ذلك الرجل؟ هو أيضا أراد السفر، ولكنه قرر أن يفتح مخبزه ويوفر بعض المال أولا. أتدري أنه في كبره سيسافر إلى إفريقيا مدة شهر فقط؟ سأل الغلام العجوز قائلا: ولماذا كل هذا الحديث؟ لماذا توجه إلي كل هذا الكلام وكل هذا الحديث؟ فرد العجوز: لأنك توشك على أن تيأس من حلمك. فقال سانتياغو: وهل تتجلى دائما للناس بهذه الطريقة؟ فقال العجوز أنه فكان رد العجوز أن قال: لا، ليس دائما. وسرد عليه قصة رجل ترك كل شيء في حياته وذهب منقبا على الزمرد. وحين أوشك هذا الرجل أن يستسلم، ظهر له العجوز على هيئة حجر ليساعده على اكتشاف زمردته التي طال انتظارها. طلب العجوز من الفتى عشر قطيعه مقابل أن يريه هذا الأخير الطريق إلى الكنز المخفي، وضرب له موعدا في الصباح ثم انصرف. انطلق الفتى وهو غارق في أفكاره، متردد بين ما اعتاده وألفه وبين ما ينتظره في الجانب الآخر من البحر إن هو اختار المغامرة. كان هذا أصدقائي ملخص الفيديو الخامس من The Alchemist الخيميائي. Until I see you next time, take care and